Hi, welcome to Salford Stories. As part of Small Charities Week, we are interviewing Leslie Fisher, the chair of Dancing with Dementia. Dancing with Dementia have been supporting people with dementia and their carers through dance and wellbeing activities. With the pandemic, Dancing with Dementia have had to change what they do. So we've got Leslie here today to tell us about what Dancing with Dementia does and their plans for the future and everything in between. So welcome, Leslie, today. So first of all, tell us about what Dancing with Dementia does.
Right, Dancing with Dementia was brought about to help people living with dementia have some joy in their life. Dancing with Dementia was brought together when my sister was diagnosed with dementia, and that was in 2014, and it was a diagnosis that we didn't know how to move forward. Previously to that, she'd had cancer, lymphoma, and everything seemed to be in place. There was a lot of support there, but when we got the dementia diagnosis, we didn't know what to do, where to go, or anything about it, and it all seemed to be clinical, medical, dull activities that we were doing. And I thought, well, surely to goodness there should be something better than this. So I've found out about Singing with Dementia at Humphrey Booth Centre. And because Jean had been in a choir, I thought, wow, this is great. So we went along and Jean thoroughly enjoyed herself, and we could have lunch afterwards. So it was a lovely outing, and we both got some pleasure out of it, which was wonderful. While I was there, I was chatting. I love to talk. You will find out I love to talk. And chatting to people there, I discovered about the Dementia Champions. So the Dementia Champions were people who were either living with the condition themselves or caring for loved ones, but they were also doing such other wonderful things, supporting people with a condition. So I thought, if they can do it, so can I. So together with two friends, we set up Dancing with Dementia, because I'd done a little bit of research and found that music and dance were the best forms of therapy for people living with dementia. Music is one of the last parts of the brain to be lost. So it is important that we can generate that movement of the dancing and the songs, but it also simulates conversation. So it's good for the person with dementia to get that cognitive therapy, and good for the carers because they're realizing their loved ones are actually connecting with them through the memories. So it's a really, really good situation to be. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, because you've just covered what motivated you to set up Dancing with Dementia. So that's great. Thank you. So it's really personal reasons for setting it up.
Yeah, we found that a lot of our volunteers also have been on their own dementia journey. Mm-hmm. So that gives the majority of our supporters and volunteers a strength that they know and can show empathy to the other guests who come. So we feel that that is vitally important, that the people who come to the sessions know that people understand what is going on. That if the loved one suddenly waltzes off somewhere, nobody think, oh God, what's happening over there. They just think, and they know to get him back or her back. So that's good. So the carers can feel relaxed, that they know their loved one isn't going to be judged by anything that they do. I think, and that's important as well, because we had situations when I took my sister out that my sister was saying some obscure things that may have been relevant in the 1940s or 1950s, and people looking at us, and then she'd say, why are they looking at me like that? So nobody looked at anybody like that at Dancing with Dementia. So there was constant support, constant empathy.
So it's not just about that person with dementia, but it's also about their carers and what you do.
Absolutely. The carer's job is a 24/7 job role, and it's a difficult journey for them. They are losing their loved one, although the loved one's still alive. And I'm finding this now with my sister. My sister's now had to go into a care home, and that didn't really want this to happen, but it's the best for Jean. And so I've had conversations with other people, so it's made that transition for me with Jean easier to understand and not fully accept, because I didn't want it to happen, but understand that other people have been through this and they understand how I feel, and I can chat to them about it. So that support in other things is there as well. So it's important. Yeah. It's important.
How has COVID impacted on what you do at Dancing with Dementia?
Right. Well, the Grand Palais where we hold the afternoon socials had to close. The bulk of our clients had to shield. And we thought, what do we do now? So I'm a great believer in asking people what they want. It's no use me thinking, well, I think they should have this, when in actual fact, it's not what they want at all. So I found that asking people what they want and what they need is the best way forward. So did a few phone calls, and we spoke to people, and we spoke to the care homes. And at the beginning of the pandemic, PPE was difficult to get hold of. So we did PPE. The staff at the care homes were having great difficulty because the families couldn't go in. So there were the carers in the care homes working and having the residents sitting crying because, where's my family? My family have left me. And not understanding why this was going on. So we found that, right, what we can do is we will send PPE in for the people, and we can also send treats in for both the carers, caring staff, and the residents themselves. So we had that project going on. But that left then the people who lived alone or caring for a loved one actually in their own home. So we set up a meal project and a food parcel thing going on. So we delivered over 400 meals and about 100 food parcels over a period of 8 weeks. So that proved to be very good as well. But with the care homes, we said, what else can we do? What else can we do? So one of the activity coordinators said to me, can you get us some baby dolls? Right, okay. So I thought, get these baby dolls. Now, we sent 3 baby dolls and we had them dressed in the layettes that were fashionable in the 1950s when the residents' children would have been babies, and they loved them. It was amazing. I mean, we can't share the photographs because of the protection, but the difference it made to those people, that one particular lady who started it all off, she was a lady who slept a lot. And when she was awake, she was angry, which is part of the condition. The activity coordinator gave her the baby and she bloomed, she blossomed. This lady was caring for this loved one, this other young being that was hers. And she used to sing to it. She used to, well, is still singing and talking to the baby. The activity coordinator got a buggy for this baby after all the health and safety checks. And this lady was walking round showing the baby off to the residents. So she'd gone from this angry person to this loving mother. And the transition was marvellous. And because she was awake longer and getting exercise, there was no urine infection going on. So there was less falls. So it was, we won in so many different ways by just one doll. So we took that further and on board, and up to date, we've now got, I think there's 39 dolls gone out. But then you get other people coming on board with you. And there's a lady who runs, well, two sisters actually, that run a community group in Little Hulton. And they wanted to help. So they said, right, well, we need some baby dolls. Right. So one of the ladies works for NatWest Complaints Department in Bolton. So she went and asked them, could they fundraise for these dolls? And there's going to be a baby boom about the end of June, because I think they've purchased about 50 dolls. So that's the doll project with that going on. But we needed knitters to knit the clothes. So I've now got groups of knitters knitting these baby layouts for these dolls. And they say, it's great to have something positive to do. So they're feeling energized and positive by providing these clothes for these baby dolls. So that was a win-win situation. So again, you ask, what do we need? What can we do? And other people want to help, and they say, what can we do to help? So my daughter, who runs, she doesn't get that ability from me. I do not run, but Lindsay is a runner, and she ran 5 half marathons in October. How she did it, I don't know, because I just couldn't have done it. But she raised £500. And then she said, right, okay, I've raised this money. Can it be spent, because she works for the NHS, can it be spent at Salford Royal? So we're now in contact with the dementia lead at Salford Royal. And we said we put these MP3 players into place, because taking music out to these people, you see. But because I was in sales in a former job, the last question is always said, is there anything else we can do for you? And she said, we'd love some comfort blankets, we'd love some cannula sleeves, we'd love some twiddle muffs. So I just put, it was a mistake, but I put on Facebook, have we got any knitters who can do this? We delivered 50 items to Bev, comfort blankets and whatever, and this, that and the other. And that is going to be a rolling programme, because Bev is actually in charge of 5 hospital dementia units. So that is, and again, we got this, wow, I'm doing something great, wonderful. And it's bringing people together into knitting groups as well. So we're working within the community for the community. And although it's going under the Dancing with Dementia umbrella, it is, we're getting people together. So then the charity shop said, oh, well, we keep getting dolls. Do you want these dolls? And yeah, fine, okay. And then one of the activities coordinators said, we're thinking of setting a creche up for these babies. Hello? And then the mums can, the mums can bring the babies to the creche. So Step Into Action and Gemma Fish said, Leslie, I've got these cradles. Do you want these cradles? And we've got a swinging cradle, and we've got a unit for a changing unit. So these have all gone along to this crash as well. So we're utilising the charity shops, and then our friends and everybody donate their stuff to the charity shops. So it's got this interaction of the community for the community, which is wonderful.
No, that is amazing. It's amazing how different people are coming together to make this project happen and blossom. It's amazing to hear.
So there's another project going on as well, which is the MP3 players. And then we had a local company from Earlham who had heard about us, a company called Metal Loop. And a gentleman from there got in touch with me and said, we're realising what you're doing. We want to help. Can we donate some money? So yes, they've donated some money, which is wonderful. So we've now been providing MP3 players, record players, cassette players, CD players, radios, and they've been going out to people who are living and caring for the loved ones. And we're working with other care groups to find people who would benefit from having one of these. And the more people that are joining in, the more people say, can I have one? Can I have one? Do you want any help with that? And again, it's growing, and that's growing as well.
So it sounds like you've got a lot on, so the pandemic has kind of really, you've had to really change to accommodate people's needs and be able to do stuff. So what are your plans for the future, once this pandemic's over? Fingers crossed.
Right. It's a bit 3 steps forward, 5 steps back, isn't it, with this pandemic, because we don't know when we can do anything. We were going to be working with the care homes and financing artists to go in, because we think it'll be a while before the residents will be able to come to any form of public place. We've not heard any confirmation on anything as yet, but we feel that it'll be a while. So we will be financing artists going in to the care homes. I've had a conversation with BT from CVS, and she's saying she'd like us to start getting smaller groups of people together to get them used to going out of the house into public places, but not in big areas, just smaller areas where they can feel safe and feel comfortable. So we're going to be starting an afternoon tea or a breakfast meeting, and we're chatting to Humphrey Booth Centre, we're chatting to Age UK at Critchley House, we're chatting to another couple local cafes that we want to work with as well, and a couple of the trustees said we'll open our garden and people can come to our garden. So again, we'll be working with local places, local companies, keeping business going in the Salford area. So there's a lot going on. The next thing that we did was 2 of the trustees took some dolls to a care home, and they discovered that some of the residents there were the last of the line. They had no other living relatives. So there was no visitors prior to the pandemic, and nobody to bring toothpaste or Steradent or socks or anything in. So they were quite emotional when they came away. It really upset them, thinking of these people, and could we do something? So we've now started a birthday box project. Oh, wow. So these people can now be part of the Dancing with Dementia family, and they will be part of us. So we've been getting birthday gifts together and birthday cards together. We've been working with local schools, and they made us lots of Mother's Day cards. So they had these handmade children's children had made these cards, and so we're working with intergenerational stuff as well, so letting the young people know about dementia, that it's not, you can talk about it, it's not to be hidden under the carpet and shoved in a drawer, in, you know, you can talk about it, it can be discussed, we can work with this, we can bring joy to people who are living with dementia. We've got the birthday box, the music project, and the baby doll project ongoing at the moment. I don't think they will stop. I think they will carry on once we've back to dancing. Of course, we do want to get back to dancing. The waistline has spread somewhat because we've not been dancing, so it'll be great to get back on the dance floor. When that will be, I don't know, because we would be with these people who've been shielding, who will be very, very anxious about going out. So it will be little soft baby steps getting people back in. I've one or two ideas that I'd like to put forward, and the rest of the team have sort of okayed it in principle, but obviously we've got to wait for Boris and his crowd to say, oh yes, you can go ahead and do that now. So we have got plans in progress for the minute we've got the go ahead. We've got these other smaller projects ongoing as well. So although we haven't had the social afternoons, we have been very busy.
So, how can people support Dancing with Dementia?
Right. We wanted to put a donate button on our webpage, but there's such a minefield out there, isn't there, with all this? And is it a scam? Is it not a scam? What we're going to do about it? How can we prove this is going to be right? So CVS are my go-to people. If I have a question, I go to CVS because you've helped us out so many times. And Jeremy said there's wonderful.org. They are really good. They don't charge anything like the others do. I think it's 10p a transaction, which is very, very good. But I've had an email this week that said, unless you're doing over X number of things, they're not going to charge us anything at all. So all the donation will be coming to Dancing with Dementia. So this is wonderful.org. Now, I am hopeless with anything technical, and I couldn't do what I was doing. And I was trying to email this company, this wonderful.org, and I thought, sometimes the emails don't sound and read back how you want it to be. So I thought, I'll ring them up. So I rang the company, and this young lady answered the phone. And I said who I was and what I wanted. She said, I don't believe you've just rung at this moment in time. I'm looking for a dementia charity to fundraise for.
Oh, fantastic.
And I thought, wow. So this lady has rode in the gym 75 miles for us and raised over £400.
Oh, that's fantastic.
She is from wonderful.org. So the wonderful.org donate button is on our webpage. The information about the webpage is on our Facebook page. So anybody who wants to donate financially can do it that way and be assured that we will be getting all of the donation. Other than that, we are looking for birthday gifts. So for the prizes, not the prizes, for the birthday gifts for the birthday box project. And so you can drop those off at, and mark for the attention of Elaine Fox at Tesco's in Wharton. People are so generous. So if they want to donate financially, we have a donate button through wonderful.org on our webpage. If you want to donate gifts, then like I say, you can drop them off at Tesco's at Wharton or in my porch if I'm not in. If you want to donate your time, we're hoping to get the volunteers together and put some training into place so that when we do open up again, everybody is ready and hitting the ground running. So I think if people want to volunteer, they can email me, and that's Lesley, Lesley .Fisher, FISHER 01 @yahoo.co.uk. And then we can sort things out from that. Okay. Because there'll be different volunteering roles as our events and things get back into place. And there's all sorts of things we want to do. Working with the care homes and working with people at home. I know people who are sitting at home who want somebody to talk to. I know we've got people in the care homes, sitting in the care homes, wanting somebody to talk to. I want to join these people together once we're able to go out and set up these friendships and go forward with that. The more you find out, the more you know you need to do. It's just amazing, really.
Yeah. I've just got one final question for you, and that is, what one piece of advice would you give to a group setting up as a charity?
Believe in yourself.
Oh, wow.
Believe in your gut reaction to things. If you feel it's right, it is. There'll always be people telling you, oh, that won't work. Oh, that won't work. And somebody told us 5 years ago, oh, that won't work. Pardon? I think it has worked.
I think it has.
Yeah, but I think it's sheer determination and working together as a team. I think one of the other trustees summed us as a team up, and she said, there isn't an ego in any of us. We're not doing it for us as a personal thing. We are doing it to work as a team for these people living with dementia and the community. And that's it, really, because I think some people fall down because you get one person in a team who think they are supremo and they can do nothing wrong, when sometimes they might be just slightly off and they do need bringing back. So we do work very, very well as a team. So again, choose your team wisely. You need different strengths within your team. You need somebody who can talk, like me. You need somebody who can handle the money. You need somebody who can do the administration. And you're somebody who is a networker, so that you can get all sorts of contacts to you. So if you choose your team wisely, work together and keep on believing in yourself, you should have a success.
Thank you very much. Lots of very good advice and wise words there. And
Thank you.
We wish you all the very best for the future. It sounds like the future's bright with Dancing with Dementia, and Absolutely. You're going to make a huge difference. So thank you so much.
Right. Thank you.